Hello and welcome to Talk of the Town. I will be your host, Jeff Cohen, for the evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very happy to be filling in for Karen, but she will be back next week. The elections are over. Congratulations, Matt and Vinny. I had no doubt you would win, but congratulations on an excellent victory. Scotty, Becky, I'm wicked sorry you didn't get in. I voted for you. I don't know what happened.
I voted for you.
We all voted for you. Did everybody vote for Scott?
We did.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's say thank you to some of our great underwriters. We have Stonewall's Cafe in Manamet, Stowell's, I'm so sorry, Stowell's Cafe in Manamet, Evolution Salon, Brewster PC Solutions with Wrestling Brewster, the man in the red shirt, Attorney Triffletter and Coster on Long Pond Road, Stephen Allen, and other underwriters, Dave and Kevin Gallerani of Cape Auto Body and Service, located on Samoset and Sandwich Streets, right here in Plymouth, Mass. And we have some guests with myself. I have some guests tonight. Yes, this is Max Coralie Burke. Say hello, Max.
Hey!
We have Dawn Roulette over here.
Hi, everyone.
And we have Michelle Pecaro.
Hello.
So, you're probably wondering why we're all wearing these masks. Mine's right here. Yes, I do. Yes, why are we wearing these masks? I'm so glad you asked. So, we're here tonight, among other things. We're going to talk about benefits and charities and the big upcoming event that we have right now. Every one of us is connected in one way, shape, or form to the newest event in Plymouth. Memorial Hall is going to be hosting a giant New Year's Eve benefit this year. It's a vast undertaking, and I don't see my picture on the camera. Am I still filming right now? I am. Okay. I'm sorry. I can't see myself, but hopefully you can see me. The red light's still on. So, moving right along now. New Year's Eve in Plymouth has been going on for quite a while now. Michelle at the far end of the table was actually the first person, believe it or not, that I'd mentioned it to. I'm going to say 2.5 years ago now?
Yeah, probably.
2.5 years ago. Michelle had nothing at all to do with the town of Plymouth at that point in time. She was running the Chamber of Commerce in Hyannis.
At the Cape Cod Chamber, yeah.
Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce. And I went to a holiday party. I'll call it was a Christmas party or holiday party, whatever you want to call it. I'm Jewish. I don't really care if we call it a Christmas party because I like Christmas, but that's just me. So we went to a Christmas/holiday party at Michelle's house. I went and had a great time. And while I was there, I mentioned to her that I wanted to do a New Year's Eve party. And at that point in time, I had no idea what I was going to do, but I did know that if I was going to do it, I was going to drag Max along with me because Max does really cool events with me. And she's just really fun to have around, aren't you, Max?
Oh, just a riot.
Yeah.
She is.
Yes, she is.
No, we work well together.
We do work
very well together.
We've done many events together, and Donna in the middle. She's a little bit shy, but make no mistake, Donna is a dynamo over there. She was the past president of the Plymouth Rotary Club.
Here, yeah.
I've known Donna for a very long time, and I've known her husband even longer, from when I worked at the 1620 restaurant. We're really going way back in time.
Wow.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, so where do we want to begin? We're going to talk about New Year's Eve and what we're going to do to New Year's Eve. Michelle now no longer is Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce. Michelle is now Plymouth 400th. They needed somebody dynamic, knowledgeable. I'm not sure what the assets were that you brought to the table, but I know you did an awful lot down the Cape, and you're a big deal. I mean,
It's really fun. It's a great organization, and we have a lot to do between now and 2020, and you're helping us build that, so we really appreciate that.
Let's start at the ground level first, because people watching, I know somebody said to me, well, what's going on? What's the big deal with Plymouth 400th? And I'm like, we're the birthplace of America. Yeah. And I'm like, well, it's the 400th anniversary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hello, America started in Plymouth.
Yeah.
We live here, so we take it for granted, but I mean, anywhere in the country you go and you drop the name Plymouth, I mean, automatically.
All know.
Everybody knows Plymouth, the Rock, the Mayflower.
Right.
So our name is synonymous with the birth of America, as far as I'm concerned. So tell us, what is the Plymouth 400th all about?
The organization was formed to put on, if you will, the events of 2020, which are going to be major league events. There'll be events that include the President of the United States, whoever that may be at the time, other dignitaries from around the world, and faith leaders from around the world at one of our events, a sunrise ceremony. So there are 7 programs and events that are being worked on, planned for 2020. But these lead-up events are very, very important to build buzz, to get people here ahead of time, and just to help raise the awareness. The 400th anniversary of Plymouth Colony and the coming of Mayflower is really probably the single most significant event, anniversary, that's happening. That's happened in this country. You might want to put it on the same level as maybe the bicentennial back when we were just babies, in 70, 75. This is on that, in that league. So we will include not just Plymouth, but the whole region. The state will be involved. We'll be talking to Plymouths across the country because there are about 26 Plymouths in the United States. And there are about 60 or so Plymouths around the world. So we are right now working with Plymouth, England in the UK. To put on an event coming up, Illuminate, which is in November. We've got a Wampanoag exhibit opening also in November, next week, in fact, at the Plymouth Public Library. So we're starting to really build some interest and buzz about what it's all about and why it's so significant.
So the New Year's Eve celebration is going to be a benefit for the Plymouth 400th. We have been planning this, and I say we because Max has been involved for years. Dawn has been involved for over a year now. We started this over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It just took an awful long time to come to the point we're at right now. If you've been on an event committee or run an event or volunteered to have anything to do with events, you understand there's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes. A lot of time. We've been meeting for over 2 years every week, which doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, when you have to take every Thursday night and make time to go to a meeting for an hour or two and go over all the things leading up to it, the band, the food, how the night's going to flow, sponsors, the button program that we're going to talk about. I can't tell you how many hours and hours and hours of time we spent on the button program. Oh, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm sorry. Sorry. So. No, I'm sorry.
Watch the red light, Jeff. That's the camera you need to look into.
I'm just talking. If I start looking at cameras, I'm going to lose track. So I'm going to look at the camera and I'm not going to focus now. All right. Where was I? See, I lost track already.
You were discussing everything that goes into planning,
the planning.
An event like
this.
this.
Yeah, events like this take an awful lot of planning. So we've been working on it for over 2 years. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about a lot of everything because I don't want to totally bore you all with New Year's Eve. We're going to talk an awful lot about New Year's Eve this time. But Donna, for instance, is on the committee, and I've known Donna for many years, and Donna's in the Rotary Club with me. She's past president of the Plymouth Rotary Club. And right now, while she's on our committee, her mind is going 100 miles an hour because we have Polar Express coming up right now, don't we, Donna?
Yes, we do.
And
December 13th.
And from Polar Express, we segue right into
The auction.
the Rotary. We're all us Rotarians are going to be right back in this room for a giant TV auction. So a lot of us work double, triple, quadruple duty. I've got my own business to run in addition to my foundation and now this event that we have going on, which takes up an awful lot of time. And it takes special kind of people to work on stuff like this because you're not getting paid for it. You're not really getting much out of it except for the satisfaction of knowing that you're doing good in the community. And, you know, we can pat each other on the back all we want, but at the end of the day, turning around and seeing the difference in the community and watching everybody having fun and knowing that we've made an impact, that's what it's all about.
Giving back.
Giving back. Giving back. What are the Rotary four-way?
The four-way test.
Yes, the four-way test. This is why I haven't been president for the Rotary Club yet. I've been a Rotarian for how long now?
Well, I don't know, Jeff. How long have you been a Rotarian?
Long time. Phyllis Hughes brought me in many years ago.
There you go. A great woman.
She was.
She was our first female president of the Rotary Club, and I'm happy to say I was the fifth one. So we've had a wonderful legacy of women that I've had the honor to follow in the tracks, and the Rotary Club itself is just, I mean, we give back to the community, and to me as a volunteer, that's what it's all about. It's giving back to our community and being able to be out there, and with things like the Polar Express that we do, we utilize our students from the high school. They come on and they are elves, and we have Santa comes to visit our train, and we have a lot of our senior citizens are involved, and there's just so much from our community and the community involvement, and it really is a wonderful, wonderful day. So
yeah, no, the highlight of my week, Monday, my highlight of my week is going to Rotary, and I'm going to say the pinnacle event we do is the TV auction, but the Polar Express is catching up. I mean, I really love the Polar Express, and I do double duty at the Polar Express. I'm there from start to finish now, and that's a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun.
It is.
But the Rotary TV auction, I was away last year. It's the first auction I've missed in a long time. And
we missed you, Jeff.
It was fun. I truly was in Mexico thinking about how much I missed the Rotary TV auction, as odd as it sounds. No, I mean, I really did.
As he was jamming with Sammy.
Well, you know,
Exactly.
Sammy was happy I was there for his shows. But no, I mean, I really, it's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to being an auctioneer this year in addition to just running the cameras. So
It's a lot of fun.
it is a lot of fun. So, making up a committee like this, then we round it up. We have Max. We have a very large committee. We'll go into the rest of our members that aren't here right now, but Max has been doing events with me for a while. Max has been doing events forever. She's a very talented person.
I'm that old.
No, you know what I'm saying.
I know.
Although you did graduate a year ahead of me, but
Oh, jeez.
but technically,
Wham, there goes the train.
but technically that was the year I was to graduate. But I transferred to the Vogue, so I did have to stay back a year.
Yeah.
But that was a little while ago. But no, seriously, the Boys and Girls Club, Max and I worked together on the Boys and Girls Club. I was on the board for many years, and Max came on board doing the Valentine's balls that we used to do, which the Plymouth School Department actually does right now. Sorry, here's the camera I'm looking at right now. So, Kat, I'm sorry.
Switches
I'm
on
sorry.
you. He's a sneaky bugger,
And this
isn't he?
see, now he's back over here. I need a cup of coffee to keep up with him tonight. So I had no donkeys on the way here, mind you.
Oh, boy.
But no, I'm okay.
Does
I'm
a lot
okay.
of business.
Take Donna's.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. All right, now where was I? The camera missing.
The Valentine's ball.
Valentine's ball.
Yes.
So we started out doing the Valentine's balls. Oh God, we started them a while ago. We ran 7 of them.
More
What do
than
we-
that,
6?
because
No,
you
6 or
ran,
7.
You ran 2 before I came on.
I ran 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we did 6 or 7. We started out the first year. I remember going to the board and saying, I want to do an event, black tie, charge $100 a ticket, and they thought I was crazy. And they're like, nobody's going to come. And they came. We sold out the first year, smaller venue, mind you, but it was a great time. We raised $12,000, and it was good. And a couple of years into it, we brought Max in, kicked it up quite a few decibels, and we ended up $75,000 after expenses the very last one we did, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
For a one-night event like that, it's a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And it's tough because I don't think oftentimes you go to the event and it's a great display and it's a lot of fun, but like Jeff was saying, behind the scenes, all the work, not just throwing an event. A fundraiser is a whole different animal.
Right.
So you're not only throwing this fabulous party and this great get together, you're trying to raise money, and that's a whole nother animal that we're taking on again with the Midnight Masquerade. But in the end, when you tally up those numbers and you get to present a check to whatever your fundraising event's for, it's so rewarding. It really is very rewarding.
It's I'm gonna liken it to a drug. It is the biggest high I can imagine having. Just giving back and doing and raising money. It's just. It's just an incredible feeling. Anybody out there that does anything like this or has been involved with it, you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of fun. So let's dive into New Year's Eve a little bit more. So what are we doing for New Year's Eve? I'm glad you asked.
What are we doing for New Year's Eve, Jeff?
Now Max actually used to have a party at her home with 35 people every year. So I've got some very upset people that used to go to Max's house every year. And
But they'll be coming to this now,
Hopefully
right?
they're coming.
Hopefully they're coming.
Right. Yes.
But it was a big debate in the household with you and your husband.
Well,
over.
when you asked me to go take this on with you, I had to get back to you after.
You
It
did?
took me a few days. I was like, I don't know if that's gonna fly. So I had to think about it for a while.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I'm going to say Ollie DiMucito was an inspiration to me of sorts. I think he knows it, but he's inspirational to a lot of people, but Ollie has really done a lot for the town. He has made Thanksgiving a memorable event in the town of Plymouth. He brings a lot of people in.
Absolutely.
It's phenomenal what he's done. So,
In 12 years worth of really just focusing on
and that is so much
that
work.
parade
So
and that
much work.
weekend.
I've done bits and pieces for him when
Amazing.
he asks me. It's crazy. I mean, he's the kind of guy when Ellie asks you to do something, you just do it because you know what he's doing is going to be good.
Yeah.
And so I consider him a peer in this sphere, and I want to do to New Year's Eve similar to what Ollie's done. All of us do. We've got lofty goals. What we're
Absolutely.
doing is a masquerade ball at Memorial Hall, complete starting off the first year with ice sculptures of the magnitude you'd find when you go into Boston on the Commons. We're going to do fireworks within the next few years. That's the second priority after we get through the first year and really get it rolling and get our systems in place. We want fireworks. We want a family event. We want early fireworks for the kids. We want late fireworks for the adults. We want Thanksgiving on New Year's Eve. We want the waterfront shut down. We want all the stores to be open, or as many of as possible. We want vendors. We want all the restaurants to have access to outside heated tents for food. We want every restaurant in town to be packed. We want the hotels to be packed. We want to be an alternative to going to Boston for New Year's Eve. And it is a lot of work. The graphics you see here, We Print Today has been doing some phenomenal work for us. Allison DiMaggio actually set up our first logo, and it did a lot of work. We have so many people behind the scenes on this. We have like a 10-person strong committee right now. Some incredibly talented people, and everybody brings something different to the table, and it's a hard thing to do New Year's Eve in a town like this with so many restaurants. We don't want to compete with the restaurants, but at the same time, when you go into an event like this, if you're going to be paying $100 a ticket, which you are to come to this event, and you're not getting a dinner, you have to get something else so incredibly different and unique. We want people to come to town, enjoy the restaurants, go out to dinner, then come to us. And from the minute you walk into that door till the minute you go home, we want your eyes to be just wide open, looking around going, oh my God, are we really in Plymouth? We are going to turn that place into just a palace of excitement.
Absolutely.
Max's team has been working on building these incredible masks. Pull it up on your iPad, Mo. Can we zoom in on a picture if I pull up this? We've been creating masks. Doing an event like this, it can get kind of crazy. We actually priced out, because Memorial Hall, it's a very large building. And to decorate a building of this size, you need very large props.
You need big.
Now,
props.
we
Big,
went
big,
online and we were taking prices, and they were like $8,000 a pop.
$8,000 to $12,000
just for a mask.
for a
A
mask.
huge mask.
Like an
So-
8-foot mask is what we were hoping for.
So if we can come in close, I don't know if it's going to work or
I'm
not.
gonna have to hold it there and I'll come back to it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Please tilt back on the picture.
So this mask has been being constructed for the last 4 or 5 weekends now.
Yeah, almost done. We're down
I'm coming back to it.
to sanding,
Then
and
it's-
then getting ready for the paint shop.
Then it'll get painted, then it'll get decorated, and it's going to look, along the lines of something like this, but in, much larger here. Sorry for the feather.
8 feet by 4 feet.
Yeah, just imagine a mask
It's
like
a
that.
small car.
It's a small
It's
car.
the size of a small car,
it is the size of a small
and it's
car.
It
almost
is.
built like a small car,
Which
right?
is in
It's
my garage
fiberglass.
right now. Yes,
So-
my car is outside of my garage, and masks are in my
There you
garage.
go. So it is like a small car.
And when you walk in for the night and you look around, you have no idea the amount of time devoted to doing just the littlest minuscule things going into this event.
Yeah.
It is.
We have the masks. We have Plymouth South High School has been phenomenal. They're building the most incredible looking steel chandeliers. They're 8 feet in perimeter with a 5-foot second tier and then a 3-foot third tier that are going to be suspended from the ceiling with flameless candles donated by Hardy Light. And you're really going to walk into, almost feel like you're at a castle. When you walk up to Memorial Hall, I'm not going to spoil all the surprises,
Right.
but it's going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be pretty crazy.
Well, we're trying to keep it in true Venetian flair. So we're trying to bring Memorial Hall into that Venetian time period. So it's going to be very opulent, loaded with gold, with masks, because it's supposed to be mysterious and the
Romantic.
mystique of not knowing who your suitor might be, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We have strolling minstrels. We have
10-piece band. All right, I'm going to spill the band. We've got a 10-piece band from New York we found. And we checked them out in Boston. We met them. They've already come down to Plymouth. They do everything. They can do big band from the Glenn Miller era. They can do Motown. They do Sinatra. They do. There's not a genre of music this band cannot perform. They are phenomenal. They are dynamic. They're entertaining. They can do 70s disco. They can do funk. They can do complete new music. They can do new age music. They're
The
just
horn section is to die for.
yeah. It's just because when you come to an event like this, we want diversity. Yes, I enjoy different music, but it's not about me.
So Def Leppard is not playing.
Yes, I know.
Sorry. Yeah.
Don't rub it in. But no, I mean, yes, I like different music, but at the same time, I appreciate all music. I actually went to Austria, and I visited Mozart's house, and I went to a dinner theater and heard all classical music that night, and I've got the CD at home, and so I do listen to different stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But with that said, no, I mean, you should walk in and you're not going to want to get slammed with this loud, obnoxious music. You want something, you want something to set the stage for it's going to be a long night.
You want something as elegant as the evening is, right?
Yeah, and upstairs we're going to have a string quartet with a silent auction.
Trio. We're having a trio.
A trio.
Yep.
That's 3, so it's not
Yes.
a quartet. Quartet would be 4. So listen, I went to Plymouth Carver. Nothing wrong with Plymouth Carver High School. I love my high school education. But yes, it's limited in certain ways.
Yeah, we're having a trio.
We're having a trio.
Right.
Stop that, all right. And this is how our meetings go. Oh, do you want me to give out the phone number? The phone number is 508-830-3971 if you have questions on this magnificent event of ours.
Text you on Facebook.
Or you can text me on Facebook.
As a website.
Do I have my phone with me? Oh, I haven't even looked at my phone yet.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah.
No, it's not bad.
So
it's
the
probably
audience,
just can't tell me I'm running
the
late.
people who should come to this are really people who love to have a good time, but people who like ballroom dancing could come, people who like disco dancing could come, people who just want to, go out with a group of friends and have a really wonderful night and, stay in the hotels around Plymouth and eat
Have
out,
dinner.
as you said, and go out and have breakfast the next day. It's really going to be that kind of, like more than one day kind of thing.
Yeah, we want to work it into an entire weekend, even a long weekend when it culminates with the 20th, with the 400th rather.
Yeah, we do. We have a 5-year plan going that will grow. Hopefully,
each year, incrementally
Right.
each year.
Yeah.
And then at that point in time, we're probably just going to hand it over and either let the 400s take it or let somebody else run it because by then I'll be pretty wiped out. We're all going to be pretty wiped
Well,
out.
so will I. I think one of the great things too is it's a cultural event. This year it's starting,
Small. It's starting small.
But the whole idea that all these cultural venues in town, we're starting a cultural district in Plymouth for the first time
Bob
ever.
Hollis has the new Spire Center going on downtown.
We've got the Spire Center, we've got the Center for the Arts, 2 beautiful buildings. All of this, I hear you talking, it's all about people with passion. People with passion make things happen. So you look at places like the Arts Center, it was an empty building. Somebody looked at it and said, this should be something for the community, and the same with Spire. And look at what we have now. And this
Andrew
event
did a great job on
is
that one.
just like that. It's you have so much passion for what you do. The Halloween party, your former Valentine's Day event.
You can still
people
go.
with passion are the movers and shakers. And I have to say thank you to you guys because it's really great to know people who have that. And you've been doing it a long time and you haven't lost it. Sometimes it's kind of like it's a flash in the pan. It's like, okay, we're going to do this, and then people kind of get sick of it.
Well,
You don't get sick of it. I love that about you.
It's still
No, he
fun.
doesn't.
It's
Yeah,
still
it's
fun.
still
I mean, that's
fun.
why I have my own to the max events now because it's fun. I like doing it. Some people pull their hair out and say, "Oh my God," we had my daughter's girlfriend just got married, and her mother was like, "Never again." Oh my God! I said, "You could have called me."
That's right. She
You
did. I was
you-
there.
You could have called me. And I just find it fun. I have a great time doing it, and we take it over the top, which is what this is supposed to be. Over the top.
Yeah, if you've come to my Halloween parties, anybody who's been to my Halloween parties, it's not a normal Halloween party. Could I cut back? Of course I can cut back. It's a charity event. I'm there to raise money, but at the same time, I want people to walk in the door and be so blown away they're planning costumes for the next year. So I could cut back. I could have a few less lights, maybe drop the photo booth, maybe do a little less here, a little less there. But you know, it's yes, it's raising money, but it's also about putting on something so spectacular that everybody has such a good time they don't even realize they're helping somebody else at the same time. I can't announce exactly how much money we raised from the Halloween party, but my numbers are over 11,000 right now. I'm waiting for a few more sponsors to come in. I'm waiting to go through the site. Tomorrow's my wrap-up meeting. When you have an event like this, you also have a wrap-up meeting afterwards, and everybody comes back together and goes over the good, the bad, the pros, the cons, and there's always additional work to do, and you take your notes for the next year. I'm going to start forming my Halloween party committee for the next year, probably within the next 2 weeks. I'll write it all down. I'll put it in the computer. I'll forget about it until it comes time again. But I want to get the framework done now where people are excited about it. So once I get all my money in and I can figure it out, I can make a large presentation to the family that's benefiting from a Halloween party. And this is the first year that I've done it under the guise of the Jeff Cohen Charitable Foundation. So I've done a lot of events, but in the past I'd passed them over.
Yay, congratulations.
It is
Yeah.
exciting. It was a lot of work to set up. I almost didn't set it up because of the amount of paperwork. But my lawyer, my CPA took care of it all, and it was a mountain of work to do.
It is.
But it was exciting. It's very exciting. And I'm looking forward to much more because now it gives me the ability to do even more. So I'm looking forward to doing even more. And yeah, I haven't gotten burned out about it yet because we keep changing the parties up. You know, the Halloween party comes and goes every year. Now we get the New Year's Eve we're adding in. We did the Valentine's Ball. The school department now does a fabulous Valentine's Ball. So if you're looking for something to do around Valentine's Day, the school department puts on a very great Valentine's event. It's been at Waverly Oaks the last few years. Nicole Mayor-Freddy does a lot of work for that. And that's a good event to go to. There's always something going on around town. And once we have the cultural thing up and running around town, I'm guessing we're going to have some kind of a cultural calendar so we don't all conflict with one another. That'll be great.
Yeah, the district will, now people are talking to each other. So the Spire Center and the Art Center and the
so much
galleries
easier.
and the restaurants that have art or on the wall or have live music, they're all part of it. And it will be great because when in doing an event like this from now on, you won't have to go to 50 million different businesses and talk to them. You can go to one group and say, we need, we need all your doors open. We need you to have cultural things going on. We need people painting on the sidewalks, whatever. And they'll be able to provide that, and they'll know about it well in advance. And so it's really great. And it's a Mass Cultural Council sanctioned cultural district, so it's something
it's just
tied
about
in with.
got the seal of approval, right? It's very close.
Yeah, Friday is our final walkthrough with the Mass Cultural Council executive director, and they actually bring in an independent consultant that does a report. So we'll be doing a 4-hour walkthrough with them, and then we'll know.
We have a caller.
They've made a special arrangement. They spoke with their board of directors in October because they knew we wanted to do it in November. So
Awesome.
yeah.
All right, so we have a caller.
We have a
Hello
caller.
there.
Hi, how are you? This is Gary.
Hey, Gary-O, how you doing?
I'm doing real good.
Oh boy.
Listen, my first question is it $100 each or $100 a couple?
$100 per person.
Which is a bargain, Gary. Where can you go New Year's Eve
It's
for
a
that?
fundraiser. It's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
That's all right. What time does it start?
We're going to open the doors at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And the music's going to start off gradually, of course, but 7 o'clock the doors open. We're going to have the silent auction going on upstairs in the upper blue room. We'll have the
Trio.
The trio, yes. Not to be confused with the quartet.
Yes.
The trio.
Which will be somewhere else.
1, 2, trio will be upstairs playing music. And you said you had a whole bunch of questions, Gary. I think you got a list in front of you right now, don't you?
No, I don't, but it's in my mind.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Spit them out.
Is it just going to be a musical event the whole night, or is there something else going on as well?
Well, there'll be music going on throughout the night. There's going to be a silent auction going on throughout the night.
I think we didn't
We have so much going on that night. For instance, we have heralders. So at 9 o'clock, there's going to be special presentations of the main sponsors as they enter the room. We're going to be treating them like royalty, and we're going to be spoiling everybody. Everybody's going to walk away from there feeling just incredible. By the time we're done with them, they're going to feel so pampered and like they just had the most incredible night of their life, and they're going to run home and they're going to think about what they're going to wear for the next year.
We're also working on a little something to open the evening without spilling the beans too much, because we want to leave some stuff as a surprise. We can't give it all away.
It's a mystery.
It's a
behind
mystery.
the mask.
But
It's
yes.
a mystery.
But yeah, something, a short little something to open the evening. So if that's like a little enticement
Yeah,
to go get your tuxedo and come.
Gary's probably already has his tux ready.
Is it a masquerade event? Is it a tuxedo event? Is it a suit event?
Gary.
Is it-
It's both. It's a black tie affair, or you can come dressed Venetian. You can dress period garb, and the best way I can explain that, if you've watched The Man in the Iron Mask with Leonardo DiCaprio, there's a giant masquerade ball that is from the Venetian period. So if you want to dress from the Venetian period, which I probably will be doing myself because it'll be a lot of fun, and we actually have some theater groups that are going to be involved. I don't want to spill too much, but there will be a lot of people dressed in the period. It's going to be a very unique event. We want unique, we want fun, we want exciting, we want romantic.
We want people that don't normally go out for New Year's because they don't want to travel to Boston, now can just come right to their hometown. It'll be a great night out, and they're not too far away.
And where can we get tickets?
You can actually go online and buy them right now. They have been going for sale online. The website is PlymouthRocksNewYear'sEve.com. That's PlymouthRocksNewYear'sEve.com. Or you can call myself at 508-642-9844 or Max at 508-951-7892 with any questions. But we're going to have these little displays are going to be going up in different restaurants around town, and they're going to be advertising the button program. Now, we can't call it a first night program because that's a trademarked event. So we are not anything to do with that. This is Plymouth Rocks New Year's Eve. This is a Plymouth Rocks New Year's Eve button. You can purchase this button for $20 at these different restaurants and service shops that are going to have these buttons. And this is going to be your key to discounts all around town. Different restaurants and different companies are coming on as button sponsors. You can purchase the right to be on the button program. We'll advertise you, we'll market you. I'm getting into this a little bit prematurely. I wasn't going to go into it, but this is kind of a good segue, Gary. Thank you. So the button program is going to be one of our signature programs for the event. We're going to get these rack cards are going to be in display in front of the stand to tell you what's going on. And some of the specials on here right now include one-stop painting, $100 off any interior project to $2,000 or more. The Full Sail Restaurant, a free pizza when you spend $25 or more. Tiny & Sons Glass, the first 100 people to purchase a button from them will get a free can of window cleaner. Aroma's Restaurant in Manamet is giving you 15% off any purchase. Alcohol's not included, of course, but 15% off your meal at Aroma's in Manamet. And we have over 20 local companies on the button right now, and we are searching for more.
This is
Okay, great.
not
Thank you very much.
this is not a ticket to get into that night, though. Just so everyone knows that this is another kind of separate feature that will allow people
To partake.
to participate, and it goes through February. It doesn't stop at New Year's. So these discounts that all the businesses have signed up for,
November, December, January, February.
They run for 4 months.
And the offer can change periodically. So if you're a restaurant and you want to give away a free appetizer in November, you might want to change it up in December and do free cheese and cracker platter or whatever you want to do. You can change up your advertisement. We'll swap it around on our website, and when you buy the button, you go to the website, you see the vendors that are participating in the program, and you get their deal for that month. So we want the program. Again, it's all about helping local businesses out. And in the winter, people don't go out as much as they do in the summertime. So this hopefully is another means to get people to come to Plymouth, or just to go out to spend money at dinner or a restaurant or whatever it might be.
Yep.
And they can buy the button, Jeff, at the restaurants.
You can buy
correct?
the button at the venues.
Yep.
You can buy them at the restaurants.
But again, I would say go to the website. You can see at this point, you can see what organizations have indeed already signed up.
That's actually going up this week, where the list.
He's working on it. Actually, I talked to Barry today. Crowley and Crowley's done our website. Barry is amazing. Check out our website. It's phenomenal. It's
great.
And he's just now getting the details of the button program up. feel free to contact Jeff, myself, or you can even ask questions through the website. Comes directly to me, and I'm usually pretty good about answering them and getting back in a timely fashion. So if anyone has any questions, you can do it through the website too.
We meet weekly. I mean, we really meet weekly. So if you want to call me and come to meet me prior to the meeting or after the meeting and purchase a button or a ticket or whatever you might want, I'm more than happy to meet up with anybody. If you'd like to find out more about the button program, if anybody's watching right now and you've got a company or a business, or it can be anything. You can be a landscaper, a tree guy, a plumber, an electrician, a restaurant, a bed and breakfast, a hotel, anybody. It's just another form of giving a discount to potential customers, and potential customers that are buying the button, it's another way for you to save money. So it's a really good program. We've been working on it for quite a while now. We've just, I can't even tell you how many meetings we've devoted to this one little aspect of the event, which is why it's taken 2 years. There's so many different parts to put together to make this event work. When you come that night, it's going to flow seamlessly. Any event you go to, the signature of a good event is it's over before you know it, and you had so much fun you don't even realize. It's like a wedding. For us, it's like a wedding. It goes like that. And then we turn around afterwards and go, oh my God, we worked 2 years for this.
Right.
And then we start planning for the next one almost right away.
Exactly.
You don't really get much of a break between events. Michelle, did you want to
I was
say
going to say
something?
the great thing is, though, this is the first year, but that button's going to mean even more in the upcoming years, when people can walk in and out of the Spire Center because they have their button on. They've bought a $20 button, so they get to go to a performance, or they get to go into the Arts Center and hear a quartet play.
So Bob, if you're listening, that would be a great place for you to advertise. And I haven't forgotten your plexiglass window needs to be replaced prior to the storm coming, and I've not forgotten about you, and we will take care of that. And we will talk about the button program as well. Bob has been a long-time Rotarian, great guy. And he was driven to open that Spire Center. He was driven.
And he's there every night that there's a performance. And
he's so passionate
proud.
about his wine and his music. And it is. It's his baby. I mean, when you put that much time into something, you want to nurture it, and you want to see it grow, and you want to see people enjoy it.
Absolutely.
So, and like you said, it's all about the passion.
It's all about the passion. Andrew Koosman and Bob Hollis and you. I mean, that's why things happen.
Ollie Dimacito. I'm not on that level yet.
Yeah,
I'm not on that level yet.
Ollie, that's why these things happen, because people want them. People have a vision, and it's all about vision. And we're hoping with the 400 that that's where we're at too. We're looking at that 5.5 years out and thinking, this is going to be big. And
it is going to be big.
Our vision is big, and we're just so glad to be, to have people like you that are working towards it.
Did you ever imagine when I came to your house that time? Did you ever imagine we'd be sitting there?
No.
How funny. Isn't life funny how it works out?
Life is really funny.
You just don't know.
You just don't know, but isn't it great that I think there's things that are meant to happen, and they start percolating early on, and here we are 2 years later and thinking and looking at what you were talking about, and it's tying in with what I'm doing now, and the town.
You just never know.
It's great.
Donna sat at many Rotary meetings and heard me come in. I'm doing a New Year's Eve party, and she hear me babbling a little bit here and there. Did you ever imagine I drag you onto my committee?
And she's vital to the
As
committee.
the fiscal manager.
Yes, she is.
She is vital to the committee.
As are you. As are you. And you had to put some thought into
all
it.
of our committee members are vital, and we have a very, very strong committee and people that are dedicated.
Yeah.
And
Eric
it makes a
Christensen.
difference.
Eric's doing a great
Right.
job. His mother's Lotta LaRoche. He runs the Lotta LaRoche company. He's got Studio G down in Shops at 5. The Grove, formerly the Shops at 5, which is a great little venue as well.
We just picked up a giant food truck too.
Oh my God.
Foodzilla.
Foodzilla. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he had Johnny Drama, which is Johnny Ellis to all of us,
Right.
which was awesome. It was a great time. I mean, the band was tight. The music was awesome. A lot
But
of
he had
fun.
Paul
Wahlberg, Flippenberg is out in
doing
Foodzilla.
the burgers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Eric knows
That's
how to
great.
throw a party. Eric's
He
brought
does.
some big
He does.
bands into town. He's done a lot for the town too.
And again,
Yeah.
you got people like Mike Landers, on the waterfront every summer. It's a vital community. This
It
is.
is.
And
Plymouth
it's
rocks.
And it's the center.
New Year's Eve.
It's not. Plymouth is a place where things shut down. After October on the Cape, people can come here. It's only a short drive over the
Yeah,
bridge.
the Cape's boring this
you
time of the
know?
year. Come to Plymouth.
And the same with the South Shore and Southeastern Mass. This is a great place to come for art and culture and great parties, and I
And
think
great
that
food. The restaurants around town that are opening up every day.
restaurants are fabulous.
Speaking of the food, I'll divulge a little bit about the food. Now, keeping in mind,
Is
we
it
don't
Venetian?
want to take away.
Is it Venetian?
It's a Venetian, yes, yes, mutton. No, we don't want to take
turkey
away.
legs.
We don't want to take away from the restaurants because our goal is to bring people into the
Tea and
restaurants.
crumpets.
We benefit by helping the community, and if we were taking dinner from the restaurants, we're defeating that purpose. So our goal is to bring you into town and have dinner. But with that said, when you're done with dinner and you come to our event, God forbid somebody doesn't have dinner and they come in, we don't want them to drink too much and not have food at hand. So we have food. Do we have food?
There
My
will
God.
be plenty
Oh, yes.
of food.
We have food.
We have food. Cisco. Everybody's seen the giant Cisco food trucks around town. Well, Cisco, I think they're the largest distributor of food in the country.
Yep. In my hometown, Plimpton.
And they're in Plimpton.
There you go.
Plimpton. And who knew they'd be in Plimpton?
Who knew?
Crazy. But with that said,
Something else in
Cisco, when I say they've jumped behind us, that would be a vast understatement. Cisco took the bull by the horns. They want to run the food. Now, if you go to a restaurant, pretty much any restaurant around, Cisco's got something to do with the food, whether they serve it, help with the menu, help design some of the dishes. If you were going to open up a restaurant and you had a vague idea on what you were going to do, they will come to you before you open. They will go over your food costs. They will go over your menu. They will help you develop recipes. What they can do is, I had no idea when I was back in the restaurants, we didn't have things like that. It's amazing what they do. They have come so far. So Cisco has chefs on staff. Their chefs have to teach the local chefs if they have a question, not to belittle the local chefs. I worked in restaurants for a long time, and it's awesome, but it's hard work, so I don't want to belittle. But these guys will go to the food shows and they'll put on food displays for the restaurants, so they have to be top of their game. They have to be just that. They got to be there. And their chefs are coming down and they're doing the food for us. They're taking over the food, they're providing the food. I'm not going to tell you everything we're going to have. I'll say among the food, besides having past advertisers, there's going to be a raw bar, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'll say one more thing. After midnight, don't leave, because you are going to have an array of pastries and danishes and coffees and teas to just freak out over. It's going to be awesome what they're going to do. So that's the food. The music we've talked about a little bit. It's just going to be a great night. And New Year's Eve, it's a tough sell because a lot of people don't like to go out. They like to stay home and play games and just, relax. And we get that. So we have to do something totally different, over the top, out of the box to get you guys to come out. And I'm hoping what we put on is really going to entice a lot of people. And New Year's Eve, in addition to being a tough sell, people wait till the last minute. Now, we're planning this major event. I know most of our ticket sales are going to occur after Christmas. And that's hard. That's very hard
It
for an
is.
event of this magnitude because we're trying to plan budgets and food and whatnot. And
Well, don't wait till the last
Yeah,
minute.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Everyone seems to think that New Year's is so far away. We have a countdown on our website. We're at 55 days. 55 days.
Wow.
Like,
5-5.
Yeah.
That's Willie McGinnis.
that means Christmas will be done.
Done.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
yeah, you can buy your tickets now. Get them now. Don't
Get your
wait.
buttons. These buttons are
Great-
effective right now.
Well, great Christmas gifts too. These would make great gifts for somebody.
You know what? I meant to bring a sample of the tickets. I'm so sorry I didn't bring the tickets. Barry has been working on these tickets for weeks.
They're not just
anguishing.
average tickets.
No.
They're
no.
very classy, very elegant, like the event.
The presentation,
beautiful.
you're going to open up a trifold. Inside is going to be your ticket,
Don't
a list
give it
of.
all away.
All right,
Let
I'm not
them
going to
be
give it away.
surprised.
But it makes a great
If you
gift.
want a great
Yes, unbelievable.
No, really, it's a great Christmas
Yeah.
present. I mean, anybody would be so excited to open up these tickets. It's like the Willy Wonka chocolate bar. Really, it's like getting that golden ticket inside the Willy Wonka chocolate bar. But instead of going out and buying hundreds and hundreds of bars trying to find the ticket, you can call us and get them for $100 a pop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's just it's going to be great. So I'm hoping we've told you a little bit more about it. You can go to our website and find out more about it. How are we doing for time? Jesus, we got time flying. Keep going. No, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. But, what we're trying to get across to everybody right now is what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how you can help out. The night of the event is going to be a program. You can purchase and add in the program. Even just buying the buttons will help.
Auction donations.
Auction donations. We're going to have a silent auction upstairs.
Everyone hates to be asked, and we hate to keep going to the well for the same well over and over, but we do need auction donations if anyone. I mean, we got donations for Rotary, we had donations for the Halloween party,
Exactly.
we need them for New Year's Eve. Small, big, anything you can do would be greatly appreciated.
Bottles of wine. We'll give you. I mean, you can do anything. You can do a basket of books, a basket of wine. Any kind of a basket works. I've given great coffee baskets. I'm going to tell you one of the items we're going to have for auction is going to be donated by myself, and it's going to be a really cool Aerosmith basket because we're probably not going to be listening to Aerosmith that night because that's more my genre. But with that said, I've got a really cool Aerosmith basket. I haven't told you guys about this yet.
Yep.
It's got Aerosmith CDs. It's got 3 Aerosmith books, Joey Kramer's, Joe Perry's, and the entire band book. It's got Joe Perry's barbecue sauce. It's got Joey Kramer's
great.
coffee.
Wow.
It is everything Aerosmith. I don't have anything signed yet, but Aaron Perry, if you're listening out there, I'd love you, Dad, to sign something for me. I haven't really bothered anybody in the band for anything to be signed yet, but that would be a really cool thing. Keep moving the cameras on me. But no, that's just one of the things. And, to come up with an auction item, you can be as creative as you want.
Even if you don't,
Chocolate.
I
A
can
chocolate
make a basket out of anything.
Oh,
so.
yeah. And they look phenomenal. Her baskets are to die for. If you ever come to one of my events and masks has anything to do with it, you're going to see the most incredible array of baskets with beautiful wrappings and ribbons. And they're baskets among baskets. And it sounds silly because everybody sees a basket, but I've had a lot of people actually bring a basket to me to donate, and then they walk into my office and they look around and they go, "Oh my God, can you fix this basket? I'm so sorry." And it's happened more than once, more than twice. It's happened quite a few times. They're not normal baskets. They're something else. They're something else. So baskets are great. Timeshare. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some trips given away at the auction we're going to be holding for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
donate.
the other big giveaway.
Is that a definite? Can we talk about that?
Well, it's
a possible.
It's a 95%
Strong possibility.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a 95% chance that one of our sponsors is going to give us a car to donate. So Auto Fair Honda, I believe, is going to be donating the car for us to, what's the term, giveaway?
It's going to be a game of chance, similar
Right.
to a hole-in-one kind of thing, but this would be more of a guessing game. We don't have the specifics nailed down yet, but there's a really good chance that we're going to have a car out there, and hopefully, how awesome would that be if somebody walked away with it?
That
you
would
know?
be
Yeah.
That
totally
would
awesome.
be phenomenal. That would be phenomenal.
That would
absolutely
be phenomenal.
incredible.
Yeah.
And as I said, you can make a basket out of anything. So yes, Norman Collette, you can make a bacon basket. Norm's from the great white north of Canada. And yes, Norm, if you make a bacon basket, I will certainly use it at my charity auction.
I'll bid on it.
And
'cause-
she'll bid on it. My dogs would be very happy to hear there's a bacon auction basket going off as well. You can think totally out of the box on anything. Sporting tickets, concerts, plays, anything at all will help for the charity auction, as well as the Rotary TV auction that's segueing right into that. At the same time, we're going to be looking for items for this. I'm going to be looking for Rotary.
Services too.
Services,
absolutely.
painting, plumbing, electrical, landscaping, anything at all.
Cooking in your home. I always
Cooking
like
in
that
your
one.
home.
House
Someone's
cleaning.
going to come and cook in
Yeah.
my home. I love that.
Very nice, yeah.
At Eric Christensen's event, I actually won a chef to come to my home. I forgot her name. I'm going to tell you in 1 second. Her name is, she's on TV, Linky Marias. Does anybody know her?
She's
She-
on the food.
She's on the
Network.
Food Network,
Food
yeah.
Network?
So it was an item that I actually had a chance to bid on and win. She's going to come to my home and cook a tailgate party for me.
Cook us dinner.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
I like it.
After
Well,
January.
the stipulation was
After
for
December 31st.
the stipulation was for 4, so I just have to make sure with her it's okay if I pay a little bit additional that I can have more people over.
Oh, there you go.
It has to be after this. I think it's probably the,
We're gonna do
That's 4, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
the celebration party.
But-
There you go.
So there you go. I mean, you can donate pretty much anything. But this is a huge event. We've been working on it for quite a long time. We have a lot more work to go to put it on. It's challenging. It's very challenging. So any help at all from the community for the button program, for ads in the program book, for sponsors. I mean, our sponsors right now, we have Krabby's beer. Oh, is it Krabby's? Is it Krabby's?
Krabby's.
And they're from the
Ginger
UK.
beer.
They're from the UK. These people are from Europe. They believe in Plymouth 400. They've been exchanging a lot back and forth with the 400th committee, and they came out as our main sponsor. We have Auto Fair Honda as our second tier sponsor, and we have Marty's GMC has come on as a sponsor, and then we have a lot of smaller local businesses. Mamma Mia's, The Full Sale. Who else do we
Tiny and
have?
Sons.
Tiny and Sons Glass.
Long Pond.
Physical therapy.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't bring my list with me tonight. I should have. But we have a lot of people sponsoring us right now, and we're looking for so many more. We're good on our committee right now, but if anybody's interested in helping out for the following year, we'd be more than happy to talk to you and potentially bring you on our committee for the following year. There's just so many things to do with this. In fact, actually, if you did want to help out this year, we do have a lot of tasks for our subcommittees to do.
volunteers.
Yeah, we're gonna need lots of
We're
volunteers.
going to need lots of volunteers.
Setup is
Crucial.
That's a whole nother animal because setup is not just going to be a day. We're anticipating a 3-day setup for this event. So that in and of itself should tell you what we're doing to Memorial Hall. That was cute, Ken. He just flipped cameras on me.
Saw that.
You got you now.
I caught it. So because a lot of people initially were like, "Where are you having it?" There's no place to have it. There's a great, it's a great space,
Great venue.
It's everything. A lot of it's been redone. The floors have been redone. The seats will be reupholstered if they're not already done already. Possibly new painting in there.
I heard the blue one might get repainted.
There you go. Good.
So, and then it's going to take us 3 days to transform this into the palace that we hope to give everybody.
And keeping in mind that we're not getting paid for this. This is all
what I mean.
volunteer.
It's all volunteer.
Everything.
Yep.
100% volunteer.
Right.
We're just doing it.
No.
Put your
Grab me afterwards or get me on Facebook or get us on Facebook. Like the Facebook page, Plymouth Rocks New Year's Eve. There is its own Facebook page. It's got its own website. You can sign up on the website. We'll put you onto the mailing list. You can find out what's going on. But if you buy the button for $20, you're going to get onto our email list, and you're going to get an email monthly telling you what's going on and what the button is going to do for you. But you want to keep checking because we can't list on a sheet of paper everybody sponsoring it because weekly new companies are coming on by the week. So you really want to go to the website and check it out to get the most current listing of who's on the button and what they're giving away. And these deals can change monthly, so it's not going to get stale. So for a company out there thinking on doing something, what works for you in December, you might not want to do in January or February. So feel free, if you're a company thinking about this, you can change it up monthly. And we'll just change it on the website. If you say, I want to do this instead of that, it's a simple flick of a switch on our end. It's very simple for us to do. So it's a great program, and it's $200 to get on the button program, $20 to buy the button. All the money is going to be going to a great event in Plymouth. It's all for the bigger picture. Because when the 400th anniversary of Plymouth rolls around, like she said, I mean, the President of the United States, I mean, it's going to be a really big deal. It's going to be
fun,
really, really
and
big.
it's going to encompass, Plymouth and the surrounding area. So.
I know Sheffield, England isn't very close to Plymouth, England, but Def Leppard is from Sheffield. So it would be kind of cool if we.
Pilgrim might have been from there. You never know.
You never know. Somebody's relative might have come on the Mayflower that's
That's
a
right.
descendant
There
of
you
the
go.
great band Def Leppard, and they
Yeah.
might want to come play the waterfront. Who knows?
Yes. There you go.
We're really, again, thank you. This is really the Plymouth 400's inaugural kind of season. So in November we have 2 events, and then this event coming up, and it's very exciting. So
It is exciting. Even license plates. You've been working on
Yeah.
license plates for
Oh.
how long now?
Yeah,
How long?
almost 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, almost 2
There you
years.
go.
And how many
And
do you have left?
How close are you?
40.
40 plates.
Whoa.
40.
We're down to like
That's
40
great.
plates, and we want to give the registry really clean, good applications, 1,500 of them. So we've had volunteers who've been on the phone, calling, making sure.
Cheryl Soares is a machine.
Amazing.
That poor girl has been everywhere. Everywhere
Yes.
selling license plates for the town of
and
Plymouth.
she's so excited that we're down to the the end here. That she's getting that all prepared. She's
She
had
should be. It's
people
been
working
an
on it.
big
And
job she's pulled off.
yeah, she's getting
exactly.
a big present when she's.
She's gonna get a roasted plover. Oh, did I say that on TV? I'm so sorry. No, I didn't say that.
He
No.
did not say that.
A chicken,
Bad
a
joke.
giant chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah,
Bad
stuffed
joke.
chicken. Sorry, Cheryl.
Yeah. So.
But no, she's been very.
She's been great. So that's going to raise funds for us as well. And like I said, an unprecedented yet small exhibit is opening at Plymouth Library about why did things happen? What happened before? So the Wampanoag story of 1614. How did Squanto learn English? Go to this and you'll find out. You'll find out.
Not
It's gonna
Rosetta.
be
Not Rosetta.
very compelling.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning. Again, we've been talking mostly about Plymouth Rock's New Year's Eve, but we wanted to encompass a few other things. Max has her own event company she started up, so if you have a small party, a small gathering, or a large one. She did a phenomenal bar mitzvah not too long ago. Her baby shower for her daughter. When I say things are over the top, I mean, I have never seen anything like it. And I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. I've never seen anything like it.
Cake.
The cake.
Oh, that was the baptism.
Oh
that was
my.
the baptism.
That was the most
Baptism.
amazing cake.
Yeah, that was
Unreal.
pretty crazy.
I don't profess to be a baker though, so.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Just party planner I can do. Baker, it took
Well, you do a pretty admirable job.
And Donna over here is actually, what's your actual job title at the bank?
I am a branch manager, bank manager at Northeast Community Bank.
Which is right down on Park Avenue?
Right down on 8 North Park Avenue, and I will just say that Polar Express tickets are on sale. You can get them right
there.
at the bank. If you need to call me ahead of time, the number is 508-746-7400. Easy to remember. Come on in and we'll get your tickets for you.
And you can go in your
Fun,
Christmas
fun.
jammies.
You can bring your Christmas jammies with you and your teddy bears if you like.
And there are other Polar Expresses around the area, but not all of them can boast that they're 100% volunteer for a charity.
Absolutely.
So everybody involved with this, and there's a lot of people involved with putting on this Polar Express. Nobody's paid. Nobody collects a check after they're done. Everybody just comes together and does it to raise money, and it all goes back into the community.
Right back into the community
Right
through
back.
the Rotary Club.
And if you're interested in becoming a Rotarian, there are some great service organizations. If you want to help around town and you're not sure how to do it, you have the Rotary Club, you have the Lions Club, you have the Kiwanis Club. There are so many organizations out there that do nothing but help the community. They're just great, and we're doing the. Oh, all right. Bye. And thank you once again to our underwriters and our we have Stowell's Cafe and Manomet, Evolution Salon, Wrestling Brewster, PC Solutions, Attorney Trifoletti and Coster on Long Pond Road. We have Kevin and Dave Gallerani, who are actually in the Lions Club, and look, there's their logo right there. And I went to a Lions Club meeting not too long ago, and it was phenomenal. They gave out really cool pens that we don't have a Rotary. We want to talk about that. Yeah, we have to talk about that. I got some really cool stuff from the Lions Club, and they have 2 locations. Thank you, Karen and Ken, for letting me post the show for you once again. Thank you for you guys all coming on and hanging out. Did everybody have fun?
Yeah, great time.
It went kind of quick, right? Did we get our message across? Did everybody get